Hello and welcome to another noobreview.com underrated quick look. This time we're taking a look at one of my personal favourites of the past few years, Kirby's Epic Yarn. Joining me in this lovely video is the ever-present Luke Mears.
Hello.
And the ever-idiotic Adam Radcliffe.
This intro is making me feel very childish.
It is. This is one of the reasons why I love the game, though. It's like the cutscenes are just like, what the hell's going on? The world's getting stitched together. This is nuts.
The fabric of the universe is literally being stitched together.
Oh, it's just...
It's like a lovely bedtime story.
It is. It kind of... I don't know. Like, I'm watching it now, and I've just got the biggest smile on my face. It's great.
I feel sleepy.
I feel like I just wanna... I don't know. I feel like I'm 5 years old again.
You know what I like
great.
most about Kirby? He can eat anything.
He can. Well, except like fire monsters and stuff.
You know, he gets bad indigestion if he does that.
Yeah, he has to cool them down first before he can eat them. And there's I'm not sure. Did they even give his co-op partner a name? Oh, yeah, Fluff. There you go.
King Fluff.
It's King Fluff and Kirby.
King Fluffer.
Don't say that.
That was inappropriate.
Sorry.
Considering the subject matter.
But that's the actual cutscene stuff out of the way. This is some gameplay from the game, and as you can see, it's not a million miles away from what you'd expect from a Kirby platforming game. But in terms of look and visuals, it's just... I don't think I've ever seen another game try and attempt this kind of graphical style before. It's amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
I remember playing it for the first time and immediately being like, wow, this looks so much different, and yet it's familiar to every other Kirby game that I've ever played.
Yeah. I must admit, it's just so fun. I've written an article for the website. In fact, this video will be embedded on the article, so you might be reading it now. But there's one word that I couldn't stop myself using over and over again, and that is fun. It's just one of the it's the funnest game I've played in absolutely ages.
Yeah, especially when you're playing co-op as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it kind of came out at the same time as Rayman Origins, which is a similar-ish type of game, as it's a platforming, mainly... it's enjoyed the most in co-op, like Kirby's Epic Yarn is. But for me, this is actually the better game. I genuinely adore this. And it's a Wii title as well, which is unheard of, a decent game on the Wii. It's crazy.
Collecting all those gems was always that tended to break friendships up a little bit. I remember when we were playing it.
Yeah, there is
all the gems.
There is an element of that, but also the kind of the why the game shines so brightly is the co-op experience, and in that, okay, Rayman Origins, I hate to compare it to that, but for a comparison, Rayman Origins, there was a competitive edge because it had like a leaderboard of who'd collect the most points throughout the level, whereas this, you're just both working together for one cause and one purpose, and that is to get the gems. So every time you do a level, you feel like you've both taken part and you've both done your bit for the team, which I love because it's so satisfying. It's great.
One of the best things about it as well is how, as you can see, you can manipulate the environment quite a lot just to get to the right side of the screen. And it's just like, it's been done before, but never in a way that's sort of so cool as this. It's like with the thread everywhere, and you just stick something together or squash something or peel it away.
It seems to make more sense in this kind of graphical style, doesn't it?
Well, yeah.
Because of the whole undoing yarn type deal. And pulling buttons to unveil different parts of the level and stuff. Whereas like in other games, it's just kind of, you could just grab the background and move it.
Kirby's just a really great hero as well, isn't he? Especially in the Nintendo universe, but he's just universally
for
appealing.
me, he's actually he's one of the most overlooked Nintendo characters, really, because to be honest with you, he hasn't actually had that many games recently, has he? I mean, this maybe the last game before this, I think, was something on the GBA. So whereas like Metroid Zelda, Mario, and even Donkey Kong to some extent, they get like quite a few iterations. Kirby, it's very rare a Kirby game gets released, and when it is released, it's genuinely pretty good. So this one's absolutely outstanding though. I fell in love with it immediately. So good.
Yeah, I think it must be one of them franchises that the developers over at Nintendo really hold close to their hearts, so they take a long time developing them to make sure that it's everything they want it to be, and it's just always as fun as all the others. Because there isn't one bad Kirby game; they're all amazing. The gameplay is mostly the same each time, but it's
some of the spin-offs are rubbish. To be fair, some of the crappy spin-offs, but like the main Kirby games, like the Dreamland games and stuff, they are gold. I think it's more of a confidence issue. Actually, this is getting horrendously off topic, but I think because Kirby doesn't have some sort of edge or kind of niche, he's just a lovable pink ball. There's nothing really that you can kind of sell him on, whereas Mario's like full of personality and little quips and stuff. Kirby doesn't really have that, so it's kind of like that. I think it's more of a gamble to make a Kirby game, to be honest, which is probably why we don't see them as often as we should. But this one is brilliant. I love it.
Would you think it's an unfair statement to make that most people know Kirby from the Smash Brothers games as opposed to his own games?
Well, especially nowadays. I mean, I grew up with Kirby's Dream Land on the SNES, I think. That's where I originally got introduced to the series. But I would say so. Yeah, you're probably right.
The first time I ever played a Kirby game was on the Nintendo downloadable store, and it was Kirby's Dream Land or something. The first one, I think. So it's like I'd never even I've heard of it, but I never managed to get my hands on one until the Nintendo Wii. So he slips under the rug a little bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he's definitely a character that's probably bigger in Japan than anywhere else, really. Because he even had his own. There's even been an animated show of Kirby as well, which was wasn't it on the Nintendo Wii? I don't know what it is.
They released a Kirby channel that you could download to your Wii menu, and it would have a new episode every week for you to watch.
Yeah, so I think it is more of a Japanese thing. But I just wish they'd make more games, especially as good. I wish they'd make a sequel to this because it's just brilliant. You can't go wrong with this game, I don't think.
This is another great feature as well. How you're not just sort of picking which level you want to go. You're exploring a map almost.
Yeah,
so it's like an interactive, more of an interactive experience, just choosing your level, which has been seen in the games quite a few times.
This is actually the first boss battle, if I recall, where you take on an epic dragon. Just the character design of that dragon is amazing.
Pull his tongue out.
Good. Yeah, pull it out. Pull his tongue out.
It's so simple and retro, but at the same time, it looks really lush and vibrant, doesn't it?
That's actually probably the perfect way to describe the game's visuals. Really, it's not gonna smash your HD TV with its razor sharp high definition graphics, but it's just fun. It's a fun looking game.
Well, it's platforming gameplay at its best, really.
Yeah. I would agree. I love it. And I'm kind of disappointed it didn't sell as well as it should have done, really, because I genuinely think this is one of the... Well, it is certainly the best platforming game for me of probably the last decade, I'd say. It's up there for me. It's amazing. I love it. That soundtrack as well. So good.
It really adds a lot to you want to play it more and more because the music's so great.
Yeah. So, for anyone that is watching this, I urge you to go and buy it because, like I said, it's one of my favourite games, and I think anyone could really enjoy it. It doesn't matter how old you are, little kids, obviously, but even basically anyone with a soul, I think, would love this more than anything else. You've got to be pretty heartless not to find some redeeming feature in there. Not a bad score there, Luke. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you for playing. Presented by
Noob Review.